Good evening, everyone. My name is Lu Xiaoying.
Good evening. My name is Mohammad Hazim.
Good evening. My name is Farah.
Good evening, my name is Siti Nabila.
Today, we are going to discuss Chapter 1, the number system. The number system is the system of naming or representing numbers. It is the mathematical notation for representing numbers of given set by using digits or other symbols in a consistent manner. Do you know more about this, Hazim?
I believe it provides a unique representation of every number and represents the arithmetic and algebraic structure of the figures. It also allows us to operate arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, and division. We may have learned real numbers, complex numbers, indices, and logarithm. Do you know how many types of real numbers are there, Farah?
There are two main types of real number, which are rational number and irrational number. Rational number include natural number, whole number, and integer. Natural number are the number we use commonly in our daily life, which is when we count things such as page of a book, chocolate, and pen. We also use natural number to exchange money with the seller. Natural number is a positive number. There are a lot of examples of daily using of for natural number other than what I mentioned. How about you, Kenny? How about you, Nabila?
Yeah, I am totally agree with you, Farah. There are a lot of things in our daily life that related to real number. Now, I would love to share about integer, the one that also related to rational number. An integer is a numerical value in a number system that is not fractional. There are positive and negative counting numbers, including zero. Firstly, integer usually are used to understand what speed to drive on a given road. Also, it used when there are numbers on buildings and houses to identify addresses and numbers for floor levels within buildings. Last but not least, maps utilize integers to provide direction and information. So from all the example that I listed, we can see that we are actually using the integer in our daily life without us even realizing it. Now, I would like to know about the other type of real number. What do you know about irrational number, Hazim?
What I know about irrational numbers is that irrational numbers are the set of numbers that cannot be expressed in the ratio of two whole numbers, such as P over Q. Because when irrational numbers are expressed in the decimal form, they can go on and on until forever. It cannot be expressed in a simple way. Um, the example of irrational number is the value of pi, which is the most common irrational number uses and commonly found in the field of engineering and designing. The engineers and designers will have to use this value whenever they are encountered with a calculation, especially the one involving a curved part of an object. Um, Throughout this learning, we also learned about the intersection and union. And by any chance, do any of you guys know exactly what is the difference between intersection and union?
The difference between intersection and union is the union of two sets contains all the elements contained in either set or both sets, while the intersection of two sets contains only the elements that are in both sets. For example, a class have 30 students, 10 of them like fishing, 12 of them like swimming, and 8 of them like both swimming and fishing. By analyzing, we can conclude that 12 individuals that like both activities can be said to be intersection, while the union of students who only like either one of activities is 18. The intersection and union is important in analysis that involve fulfillment and also in research.
Oh, oh, now I see. It is now clear to me that what creates the borderline that differ intersections from union. Before this, it is really hard for me to distinguish between intersection and union. Thanks for the explanation, Chaying. It really clears things out for me.
I now understand about the irrational number and also intersection and union. Number system is really amazing because it has many types of numbers.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I would like to add something in our discussion. Do you guys know about interval? So I would like to share a little bit about it. In mathematics, an interval is a set of real numbers that contains all real numbers lying between any two numbers of the set. Intervals are often used in biology to estimate the mean height, weight, and diameter of different plant and animal species. For example, a biologist may be interested in measuring the mean weight of a certain species of frog in Australia, since it would take too long to go around and weigh thousands of individual frogs. The biologist may instead collect a simple random of 50 frogs and measure the mean and standard deviation of the frogs in the sample. Then they will use the sample mean and sample standard deviation to construct an interval for the true mean of the frogs in the entire population.
Oh, what a coincidence. Actually, I was going to talk about indices, which is also commonly used in researching field as well. This is because indices show how many times a number of or letter has been multiplied by itself. Um, it can become very handy, especially in laboratory science, such as during the culturing of bacteria and other microorganisms. Um, Microbes that grow at a fast rate when they are provided with unlimited resource and suitable environment, it can make the study of an organism easier, and hence the disease is easier to detect. Um, usually, indices can be found in the number form, a small number form, uh, at the top of a big number. This really makes me believe that this is one of the most beneficial use. This is one of the most beneficial uses of the number system. Can you agree with my opinion, Farah?
I agree with you, Hazim. Index are one of the benefit thing in our life. Set apart of an irrational number and has square root, cube root, and more. We use set when we have to give an answer in exact form. Answer in the decimal point is not in exact form. Set is used in daily life because it is precise. Therefore, engineers using set to buy bricks, which is the example of set in daily life. It shows that set is present, so set is always used as the final answer in math problem now. Do you agree with me, Nabila?
Yes, I am agree with your point, Farah. Now, I want to share the thing that we learn in number system, which is logarithm. Logarithm is defined as the power to which number must be raised to get some other values. It is the most convenient way to express large numbers. A logarithm has various important properties that prove multiplication, and division of logarithms can also be written in the form of logarithm of addition and subtraction. So Chia Ying, if you don't mind, maybe you can share with us a little bit about how we can use logarithm in our daily life.
Yes, I will talk about the usage of logarithm in our surrounding. First, logarithm is used in science field. For example, logarithm is normally used to plot a graph that shows the successive ionization energy of an element with a graph. This is because the ionization energy will be a large value. By using logarithm, we can solve the numbers extending from a very big to small expression in a more refined manner. We also use properties and applications of logarithms in various geological circumference, like to estimate the data in logs obtained from a magnitude scales for earthquake. Geologists also make use of logarithms to calculate alteration in atmospheric carbon dioxide and population growth. Finally, geologists prefer applications of logarithms in radioactive decay dating estimation, sedimentology, and to determine grain size. In conclusion, we have discussed about real numbers, intervals, indices, surds, and logarithms. That's all for today's discussion. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.